all have my paper in front of you, I'm assuming. The desk, you also have a copy. Last year, we did come in under budget, not much, but $30.55, so we didn't go over. Currently, we are at 30.5% of the fiscal year has elapsed, and that is exactly where the library is. We have 8,681 patrons in Sidney and Cheyenne County that have library cards. Our population is about 9,896 according to the last census, so we're not too far behind as far as a library card per person. The library has 50,639 items available for patron loan. We subscribe to 15 newspapers and 109 magazines. That has gone down over the past few years because of publications going out of print. And we do need to have our newspapers because of the number of people who have quit subscribing to even our local newspaper. They come to the library to read that. We bought or purchased 2,602 books last year, and we withdrew 2,230 books. The circulation of material is 98,082 items. This includes magazines, books, DVDs, VHSs, cassettes, CDs, newspapers. 64,165 patrons visited our library, and 12,123 used the internet. 128 items were requested from other libraries wanting through interlibrary loan, and we loaned out 287 items. So we are loaning more right now than we are requesting. The library has 13 internet computers for public use, and we are also wireless. We have a lot of people who sit in our front parking on the street and use the wireless at 7 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock at night. There are 25 electronic databases that can be accessed from the library website. We're open 69 hours a week in the wintertime and 62 hours a week in the summertime for a total of 3,497 hours a year. Last year we had 206 children's programs and 49 adult programs for a total attendance of 2,464 people in attendance. The full-time staff have met all the requirements for the Nebraska Library Commission's Public Library Certification Program, and this consists of 4 different classes or a 2-year period that any new full-time staff person has to attend. The library is accredited at the excellent level, and we're accredited through September of 2010, and this makes us eligible for more state aid. Though our aid did go down a little bit last year, we got $3,406. The library board is also certified. They have to have a certain number of hours every 4 years to be certified, and their certification is up in 2010. Our 1995 bookmobile has 54,010 miles on it, and it serves about 653 patrons every month. We applied for local grant money this in 2009, and we received $8,764. That was used to purchase extra books, and we are trying to redo some of our windows for better efficiency. And the Friends of the Library, which this is their starting of their 4th year, they help publicize our library, and the last 3 years they have supported our summer reading program for the children and have paid for all of the material for that. Then I also did a draft chart here for you for the last 4 years. Some numbers are up, some numbers are down. Our registered borrowers are up. Of course, our material is up. If you look down for the adult circulation, it was up this year, but the children's material went down. The number of annual visits, library visits went down, but the number for the internet sessions went up. So it kind of evens itself out. Any questions?
I always got questions.
Yes, you do, Wendell. And I appreciate it.
I got a couple just questions. What's the process you go through in either getting rid of books or adding books? How do you do that? Do you go, just a general idea? Just curious.
Condition of books and the dates, lots of times. Because, well, with you in the health field, we don't have 20-year-old books on cancer on the shelf. It's just not
Do you
good.
get a publication that says these are recommended
No.
books, or they just...
Well, when we select books, yes, we do have publications that we use for selecting our books. But when it comes to weeding our books, one thing is the condition that they're in, and maybe it needs to be replaced, either with that same edition or maybe a new edition. The computer books are really hard to keep up to date. I mean, they're out of date before you can get them, honestly.
Like the computers.
Yeah, your computers, yeah. And if a book comes in damaged, water damaged, dog ate it, if it's something that we really do need, we'll just replace it if we can get it.
Okay.
That answer your question?
Yeah. 13 internet computers, is that enough?
Not really, but unless we're going to hang them from the ceiling, we really don't have room for any more.
Okay.
We get by. If they're just on the internet for checking their email, MySpace, that type of stuff, usually 30 minutes is enough. If they're doing a project, we do have the Virginia Smith room. If they need to take a test, if they're, I don't know, working on a class or something, they can always go into that room if it's not used for something else, and we have a special computer in there that they can have it for all morning. In fact, yesterday morning, I had a lady come in 9 o'clock, and she was there until 1, and close the door, and they can have it. The rest of the time, an hour, and people are very, very, very nice if we say, you've been on for an hour and a half, someone else needs the computer. We usually don't have any trouble.
Then the only other thing that caught my eye that was interesting that I have a couple questions on, library board needs to be certified. What, I mean,
They
we
have to-
appoint them. I didn't know that we
Yeah.
had to get them certified then.
Well-
So I probably need to know that ahead of time if we're going to appoint somebody, that you got to go to school.
Well, no, they really don't have to go to school. There are workshops that we have right here in Sidney. There's webcasts that they can attend. We have a board member right now who is, well, Kelly Dybel, who is a librarian at the public schools, and so she is taking some library classes through the school, or for the school, and those hours will help the board. So,
Okay.
and it's not hard for them.
How many total hours are required?
I know you was going to ask me that. I think it's 25. Full-time staff is 45. I think theirs is 25. So it's,
for 5 of us.
yeah,
so-
there's 5 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
For over.
I just thought if we can appoint somebody in the future,
We make sure we have our hours up, so whoever's new, we're already
Yeah.
covered.
In fact, they're covered right now.
We're covered now.
Yeah.
okay.
And we have a workbook that if they really got desperate, they could do a half-hour, read the page, discuss it type thing, and they get a half-hour credit for it right there at the monthly meetings, if they got really desperate. But we have enough workshops that come to town,